Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about a rival Grand Theft Auto game in the works, and it's actually being made by a former group of Rockstar developers, which is very, very interesting. So the last time we talked about this was when we got word of Leslie Benzies forming a new company and creating a game called Everywhere. Now, we haven't talked about that game in a while because there really hasn't been a whole lot of new information, but I stated when that information came out that Leslie Benzies has the potential to make a Grand Theft Auto rival game that really could be cool because obviously for the last 20 years or so, he's been sort of the brainchild behind the development of Grand Theft Auto, which obviously has been incredibly successful. So there was an article that came out the other day that was pretty interesting. It was on VG247.com. I'll leave a link to it in the description. This news actually came out on Thanksgiving, but I didn't really have time to make videos on that day. So the title is Forza Horizon Studio hires GTA 5, Metal Gear Solid, and Hellblade devs for an open world RPG. And aside from the RPG part, that's essentially what Grand Theft Auto 5 is. It's an open world free mode action adventure game, whereas open world RPG would be something similar along the lines of Skyrim or Fallout. But we'll touch on in a little bit how this might be more similar and could be a rival Grand Theft Auto game. So they state Playground Games' new studio, which is the Forza Horizon creator, is well underway with talent from Grand Theft Auto 5, Metal Gear, and even Hellblade, working on an open world RPG. So back in February, the Forza Horizon developer Playground Games announced it was beginning production of a non-racing game. Now, aside from taking place in an open world, fans had no idea what to expect, but it looks like a picture is finally taking shape. According to new reports, Playground is working on an open world action RPG and has hired talent from Grand Theft Auto 5, Metal Gear Solid, and Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, to make it a reality. So this report comes from GamesIndustry.biz, who have obtained new details about the studio Playground is forming to work on its RPG. Now, while details on the game itself are limited, the website does confirm that it has brought on 3 individuals to work on the project: Sean Istone, Will Kennedy, and Juan Fernandez de Simon. Now, why should any of those names excite you? Well, Istone is going to take the role of project director. After 10 years of experience with Kojima Productions working on Metal Gear Solid, one of the biggest games of all time. Meanwhile, Will Kennedy will bring his experience as a Grand Theft Auto 5 level designer to bear as the team's chief designer. And last but certainly not least, De Simon will be the principal combat designer after working as a senior designer on Hellblade. And these won't be the only additions to Playground. The developer has acquired new office space as well to house the studio, which will focus on the RPG. So getting back to why this is exciting, they've actually taken one of Rockstar's ex-developers, a level designer. So essentially a level designer would be the guy creating the map, the interiors, essentially the world. So that is incredibly cool. So if you are a big fan of Grand Theft Auto 5's world, its layout, its map, then you're probably going to be a big fan of this open world game. Now, while Playground Games is better known for its racing titles, it's hard to deny that the new additions are promising candidates for creating a new RPG property. And given the talent on display, it's safe to assume the open world in question will be a modern day city, but we're going to have to wait for more details before we know anything for sure. So let me talk to you guys about why I'm excited about this. Number one is a little bit of GTA fatigue. I mean, we've had Grand Theft Auto 5, it's been amazing, but the game has been out for over 4 years now, and there really isn't anything that can compete on the level of what Rockstar Games does. And that's a compliment to how talented Rockstar is, how dedicated they are, and what amazing masterpieces they put out. But at the same rate, it would be nice to jump into something that's new and that's really refreshing. And let me tell you guys why this sounds pretty exciting. Number two is it's taking from a lot of different great resources. So for starters, you have a studio that specializes in racing games that has created Forza Horizon, which is one of the best racing games of all time. If you guys think the car detail is awesome in Grand Theft Auto, jump on over to a game like Forza Horizon that not only has real-life car brands like Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, etc., but the level of detail and the customization of the car, the mods you can do, the driving sounds, the visuals, everything is incredible. So that would be awesome. Number 3, they've hired someone from Rockstar Games that, in my opinion, does the open world genre better than any other developer, any other studio in history, which is great. Number 4, they've surrounded other good talent. I mean, guys from Kojima Productions that worked on Metal Gear Solid, one of the most famous action games of all time. You know that's going to be pretty cool. And really, last but not least, number 5, the fact that it's going to be an open world RPG. That sounds so exciting. An open world role-playing game with action adventure elements to it, focused around cars. That sounds so awesome, and it's almost like a more race vehicle-driven Grand Theft Auto. So Grand Theft Auto is obviously heavily about the cars, but at the end of the day, it's about the story in Grand Theft Auto 5's case of our 3 main characters and their quest to do bank heists and get back to, you know, what they did a couple years ago. Whereas this one, I think it would be awesome if it had a vehicle-based focus. So bottom line, could this be one of those games that rivals Grand Theft Auto in the open world action adventure category? I think there's a lot of potential, but with a lot of the other games we've been talking about, like Leslie Benzies Everywhere, all of that right now isn't a reality. It's just ideas. It's just in production, in development. And until something like that actually comes out, and until we really see something like that on a PC or a console, it's kind of hard to tell what's going to be breakthrough and what will push the boundaries of Grand Theft Auto. But I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. Let me know what you think about this open world game from Ex-Rockstar developers and more. I'm pretty curious to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, where you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.